When predators attack herding herbivores, they have only two options for success. The first is employed by a few stealthy predators like leopards. They sneak up on the herbivore group, make a lightning-quick dash towards their chosen target, and either quickly finish it off or carry it away to a tree. The key is to prevent other members of the herd from rescuing their comrade. Sometimes, as you can see, this plan doesn't work. The female's reaction matched the leopard's speed. She managed to come to the cub's aid and fend it off from the predator. The second tactic is favored by lions, hyenas, wolves, tigers, and many others. They scare the herd, causing animals to panic and opt for chaotic escape instead of a well-thought-out defense. Then, carnivorous hunters catch up with the slowest and weakest. With them, it's a fierce battle since even an injured or old herbivore will fight for its life with the desperation and fierceness of the young. But at least the other herd members will not interfere. You see what happens if such a plan fails. The tiger managed to induce panic in a herd of Asian buffalo. Everything went well. The herbivore scattered, the tiger caught up with one of them, brought it down, and then sank its fangs into the throat. However, the striped predator underestimated its prey this time. Firstly, the bull turned out to be much stronger than the predator expected. The buffalo couldn't defend itself or fight back with its horns, and the fang grip on the throat was way too strong. But breaking the trachea or severing the tendons didn't succeed. The tiger had to strangle the victim for quite a long time. During this time, the rest of the herd calmed down and returned for a counterattack. They decided to help their comrade and managed to fend it off from the tiger. When a whole group of enraged, horned monsters runs towards you, even if you are the biggest wildcat on the planet, it becomes uncomfortable. Credit to the tiger, it held on until the end and didn't release its prey until it received a devastating series of blows. But facing a whole group of buffalo, it didn't have any other chance. In this epic showdown, the tiger lost and had to retreat. But at least it remained alive and relatively intact. The same goes for its prey. The buffalo managed to stand up, assistance, though it came at the last moment, was not too late, and critical injuries were avoided. It's not always herbivores who have to fend off predators. Sometimes other four-legged vegetarians can become a problem. Aggressive herbivores are not that common, but those that stand out for their nasty character harshly terrorize other animals. Among such gangsters of the herbivore world are rams. Their twisted horns are used as battering rams. Thanks to very strong neck muscles, a sturdy skull, a thick base of the horns acting as a striking surface, rams have become masters of headbutting. Additionally, they can almost instantly charge and gather speed very quickly. This allows a ram to attack even targets several times its size. With one hit, a ram can switch off a cow or drive away a domestic boar. But this time, this stubborn creature clearly didn't understand what it got itself into. A deer, a rival of a different kind. It's not as heavy as a cow, but it has another advantage. During the mating season, male deer engage in duels for the attention of females. However, they can also use their branched antlers for effective self-defense against predators. Deer antlers are genuinely dangerous with numerous sharp tips. When a deer attacks, avoiding at least one strike is nearly impossible. Moreover, due to the branching structure, the antlers compensate for the load during the strike, making it very powerful. This ram made a mistake trying to attack the deer. The battle-hardened beast, which has fought many times with similarly strong and brave fighters, taught a lesson to the cheeky shorty that he will never forget. The deer simply flipped its opponent and rolled it on the ground like a wet rag. The ram was lucky to have a dense, curly coat that protected it from the most severe injuries. Still, numerous stabbed blows, a devastating battering ram into the deer's onslaught stunned the ram and sent it into panic. You should not mess with a deer. Horses have been domesticated by humans for thousands of years. Over time, many have forgotten how truly amazing these hoofed creatures are. Not only in assisting with work and riding, but also in defending against various threats. Take this stallion, for example, leading his herd through a crocodile-infested area. The reptile thinks it's a stroke of luck, assuming it can easily grab the timid herbivore, bring it down, devour it, and scatter the panicked herd. Far from it. The stallion goes into battle mode. Easily pulling its leg out of the crocodile's mouth, the stallion then literally tramples over it. The reptile surely didn't expect this turn of events. The weight of an adult stallion can far exceed a ton. Each step on the crocodile's body is like a blow from a massive forging hammer. Of course, the reptile had to retreat, and no horse was harmed. The tactics of diurnal birds of prey make them incredibly inefficient. Eagles spot their prey, dive down, and grasp it with their large sickle-shaped claws. Thanks to the speed gained during the attack, prey has less than a second to react. Usually, they don't manage to dodge the first strike. Due to the acceleration from the fight, this is usually enough for the powerful claws to break a rabbit's spine. But not this time. In a fraction of a second, the rodent not only noticed the approaching danger, but also reacted in time. To prevent the eagle from turning around and attacking again, the hare dodges the bird strike in the most unusual way. The long-eared acrobat simply jumps over the bird, letting its claws miss. The eagle had no chance but to turn around at such speed and catch the rabbit, but the long-eared risked quite a lot here. The slightest mistake, and it would have flown straight into the bird's beak. But everything went perfectly, and the rodent remained alive and completely unharmed, while the eagle itself revealed itself, so it will have to look for prey somewhere else. In general, catching a rabbit for an eagle is not as easy as going to the supermarket for you. Rodents can be incredibly agile, reacting to threats in fractions of a moment. Just a couple of inches, a few centimeters, of evasion can make the bird's attack miss, leaving its talons empty. But this hare went a little bit further. It didn't just evade the strikes of the airborne predator, it gave it a fight. Just see how the rodent leaps to strike the eagle. Such fantastic bravery is understandable, given that there's a den with offspring nearby. Yet it's still astonishing how fiercely the rodent defends itself against the predator. The eagle attacks again and again. It dives at the courageous rodent, but each time it receives a powerful counter. The feathered creature did not expect this. The hare constantly changes attack angles, turns in the air, and strikes with different paws. It seems like after Master Splinter taught the Ninja Turtles martial arts, he took some rodents as his new disciples, and this hare is the best among all of them. In the end, the bird simply grew tired and decided to look for an easier catch, and the hare saved all its offspring. A real hero's victory. Gigantic creatures like hippos are herbivores. Yet, unlike many others, they are highly territorial. When a group of hippopotamuses selects a water source for grazing in the future, then they would also consider this their property. They might allow other herbivores there if these animals don't irritate the hippos. However, crocodiles face a grim fate. Hippos simply hate them. This reptile didn't realize that beside it wasn't a slow-moving giant, but an enormous monster. The crocodile underestimated the threat and paid the price. The hippo trampled it. If there are several hippos, they might even share the opportunity to beat up a crocodile. In addition to ramming strikes and attempts to stomp the enemy, hippos also use their jaws. In such a case, the survival chances of even a large crocodile rapidly approach zero. Even if the huge fangs don't pierce the reptile's skin, the hippo was strong enough to effortlessly lift the crocodile and simply pull it out of the water. It's interesting that hippos use their massive teeth primarily for uprooting roots, but as you can see, they work quite well as weapons also. However, the key is the unrestrained aggression of hippos. Their charge not only drives away crocodiles, but also pursues them, terrorizes them, and after the battle, they finish them off. A hippo's weight hovers around 4 tons, more than many small cars. Even though hippos spend most of their time peacefully grazing, collecting algae and soft plants on the shore, it feels like they're always ready for a good fight, even if their opponent is a fearsome and toothy reptile. Perhaps the hunting behavior of crocodiles is to blame. Because crocodiles are excellent at camouflaging when leaping from the water for prey, then it can scare not only the attack's victim, but also other animals nearby. And if you scare a hippo, this will make the aggressor even more scared. Hippos compete with rhinos for the title of the second heaviest land animals after elephants. Therefore, hippos love lakes and rivers. The water supports their weight. But if you think a hippo is clumsy on land, then you're making the same mistake as this lioness right here. She didn't expect such a fierce resistance from the hippo far from its native water source. But the heavyweight turned out to be incredibly agile. It turned around and bit the lioness on the head. The entire skull of the predatory cat fit into the hippo's dreadful mouth, which then yanked just once, and the lioness flew off like a broken toy. She was lucky that her vertebrae held up and that her neck didn't break. But this lioness surely will never estimate hippos ever again. Which herbivore has impressed you the most today with its combat abilities? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That way you'll be able to learn about the most astonishing facts from the world of wildlife.